evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Malcolm Edwards, your chairman for this evening, and welcome to the very first British Players Online Pandemic Holiday Spectacular, held here on this screen of seasonal serendipity, on this laptop of lovely light-hearted lyrics and laughter, where the management has amassed an amazing array of accomplished artists acquired to arouse an abrasion and abandonment, accentuating an aberration of audience adulation, amusement, amazement, all ephemeral accolades of illusion. We have a cheeky chappie in the show, we have a chef, we have children, and of course we have a chairman, and all assembled for your amazement, amusement and attention. Indeed, thank you for joining us at the British Players Celebrates the Holidays. This is a holiday season unlike any other. While some of us expats have grown accustomed to spending our holidays away from family, all of us in this theatre community have struggled to find ways to do what we love and connect with our audience during this pandemic. Undaunted, we have taken over this platform to bring us all together with this first in a series of three free variety shows. Some of your favourite performers have prepared new versions of some of our best shows in recent years, and we've added in some special readings, interviews and demonstrations to give you a flavour of the holiday in Britain. Do we have panto? Yes we do. Do we have musical? Yes we do. And much, much more. So, let's get the show started, and we welcome you once again to the British Online Pandemic Holiday Spectacular.
I'm the fairy from the bottom of your garden. behind the compost heap and wave me once to keep the flies away. Do you know what puts the blight on your tomatoes and its radishes and celery? When your rhubarb's soft and flat, you may blame the neighbor's cat, but it's me, yes, it's me. Very, very, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With dustbins all in a row, with hairy bells and dreadful smells, with dustbins all in a row. For years I've reigned in Fairy-dale, Dick Wit, Margoose and Cinderella. I've reigned supreme in Pantoland and proudly waved my magic wand. But now it's really rather tragic, 'cause young producers call my bluff. They say they want their bit of magic from a younger bit of stuff. Nobody loves a fairy when she's 40. Nobody loves a fairy when she's old. They tell you that you've had it and try to push you off the map, because my tinsel's tarnished and my wings refuse to flap. Say you believe in fairies, and for Tinkerbell, please clap. Nobody loves a fairy when she's old. Nobody loves a fairy when she's old.
Beginning this year on December 10 and ending December 18, the Jewish Festival of Lights, Hanukkah, is celebrated around the world. Here to share remembrances of Hanukkah in England and celebrating Hanukkah this year are Pauline Grilla-Mitchell, Lauren Packard and Joe Lillick.
I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, wearing sandals, lighting candles by the sea. I'll spend Shavuos in East St. Louis, a charming spot, but clearly not the spot for me. Those eastern winters, I can't endure 'em, so every year I pack my gear and come down here to Purim. Rosh Hashanah I spend in Arizona, and Yom Kippur way down in Mississippi. But in December there's just one place for me. Amid the California flora, I'll be lighting my menorah. Like a baby in his cradle, I'll be playing with my dreidel, spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica by the sea. I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, wearing sandals, lighting candles by the sea. I'll spend Shavuos in East St. Louis, a charming spot, but clearly not the spot for me. Those eastern winters, I can't endure 'em, so every year I pack my gear and come down here to Purim. Rosh Hashanah I spend in Arizona, and Yom Kippur way down in Mississippi. But in December there's just one place for me. Amid the California flora, I'll be lighting my menorah. Like a baby in his cradle, I'll be playing with my dreidel. Here's to Judas Maccabeus, boy, if he could only see us spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica by the sea.
My childhood memories of Hanukkah. So Nicola asked me to talk about my memories of celebrating Hanukkah as a child growing up in London. To be quite frank, I told her I don't have many. I grew up in the aftermath of World War II. There was still a lot of anti-Semitism around, and my parents weren't strong practicing Jews. We observed the holidays, but not much more than that. Also, I was sent to boarding school at the age of 10, and most years, until I left, I was not home for Hanukkah. When I was home, then we did light the menorah, and we also had a Christmas tree. I still do both. I don't remember gifts. I do think I was probably given Hanukkah geld, either gold-wrapped chocolate coins or possibly money. The other thing about growing up after the war was that there were quotas. My all-girls Catholic school had over 200 girls, but only about 8 of us were Jewish. Plus, initially, when applying for jobs, I had to state my religion. Hanukkah is basically a celebration of survival. Lighting the menorah for 8 nights symbolizes that the oil lasted for 8 days on Masada. We visited Masada during our trip to Israel several years ago and swam in the Dead Sea. Quite an experience. There were also traditional goodies, potato latkes, jelly-filled donuts, plus children play with a dreidel, something I never did and really didn't find out about it until a few years ago. We have a collection of Hanukkah bears, plus the music box that was given to me after directing The Diary of Frank. It plays Ma'at Zur, which they sang in the attic. Theirs was also a story of survival, and they almost did. So now I've shared some thoughts about Hanukkah and what it means to me.
I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Oh, dreidel, 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 then dreidel I shall play. It has a lovely body, with legs so short and thin, and when it gets all tired, it drops and then I win. Oh, dreidel, 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 with legs so short and thin. Oh, dreidel, 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 it drops and then I win. My dreidel's always playful, it loves to dance and spin. A happy game of dreidel, come play now, let's begin. Oh, dreidel, 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 it loves to dance and spin. Oh, dreidel, 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 come play now, let's begin.
One of the most revered holiday traditions is the presentation of holiday pantomime, or panto. That fabulous, funny, fantastic musical comedy full of slapstick comedy, romance, fairies and holiday joy. Some of your favourite performers from the last 4 years of Panto Productions have recorded new versions of the songs to entertain you this evening. And even though we can't hear you, remember that audience participation is mandatory. Yes, I said mandatory.
Hi, I'm Sarah. One of my favourite memories from growing up is going to see pantomime every year. We would head down into Sheffield city centre, go to Fargate and go visit Father Christmas in his grotto, and then we go and see the beautiful Christmas tree down there. Then we would walk over to the Lyceum Theatre and we'd see that year's pantomime. So many great memories of being in the audience and screaming and yelling while my parents sat beside us and my sisters, and we all just had such a great time. Then we'd walk out, get hot chocolate and head home. When I was 16, I found a local theatre group, the Norton Players, and the first show I did there was a pantomime. I was on for a split second. I came out as Frankenstein's mate right at the end of the show, and that theatre group welcomed me with open arms. Then I came to America and I discovered the British Embassy Players, and again, they became my home away from home. Met so many wonderful friends, and including my husband, and had so much fun doing so many great pantomimes. I'm looking forward to getting back to pantomime. I wish you all a wonderful holiday season.
Does it fall from skies above? Is it underneath the willow tree that close my eyes to see, will I ever know the sweet hello that's meant for only me? Who can say where she may hide? Must I travel far and wide till I am beside the someone who I can mean something to? Where is love? Every night I kneel and pray, let tomorrow be the day when I see the face of someone who I can mean something to. Where is love?
Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together. We may not go far, but sure as a storm, wherever we are, it's together. Wherever I go, I know she goes. Wherever I go, I know she goes. No fits, no fights, no feuds, no egos. Amigos, together, through thick and through thin, all out or all in, and whether it's win, place, or show, with you for me and me for you, we'll muddle through whatever we do, together, wherever we go. If I start to dance, we both start to dance, and sometimes by chance we're together. If I sing B flat, ooh, we both sing B flat, ooh, we all can be flat, ooh, together. When the audience boos, we don't drop our cues, we always can use what they throw. The fruit may fly, but why complain? Tomato sauce goes well with chow mein. Together, together, wherever, wherever, together, wherever we go.
Each country and culture has special holiday fare, and the UK is no exception. We at the BP are fortunate to have among our ranks many fine cooks and celebrants, including Nicola Willis-Jones, a resident chef at the Pure Pasty Company in Falls Church, who will demonstrate for us her special recipes for mince pies.
Welcome to Nick's Kitchen. We are going to make mince pies today. Right, so the first step in making mince pies is to go down to your grocery store, this is the easy part, and buy some mincemeat. If you're really, really engaged, you could Google how to make mincemeat yourself. However, it takes a lot of work, so why not just buy it in a jar? And that's coming from a chef. So, the next step is to turn on the oven. Now, her oven is quite new, so I would set that around 350, but if you've got an old oven, maybe 375. If you've got a convection oven, maybe 340. But whatever, you all know how your ovens work best, so set them around the 350 mark and let them warm up while we're making the pastry. And that's what we're going to start with. Sweet, short pastry. So if you don't know what that is, that's short pastry with sugar. That makes it sweet short. And if you don't know what short pastry is, it's a pastry that when you roll it and you pull it, it just breaks. Unlike the World Championship pastry that I make for pasties, I have so much humility, don't I? That has a protein in it that stretches, so that is not a short pastry. This one has to be handled as little as possible. My grandmother taught me how to make pastry. She lives on in these hands, and it makes me very emotional to think about that. She taught me how to make pastry. So, if you have hot hands, give up now. Hot hands and pastry are not a good mix. However, if you don't want to do them by hand, you can do them in a stand mixer. Just put on the paddle, put it on and watch it so it doesn't all mix together. Another thing you can do is my newest invention, and I've just lost Nick too, my slave, so I'm going to have to get it myself. You can put some gloves in the freezer, put them on, and then you'll have nice cold hands to make absolutely amazing pastry. Hot hands melt the butter before it needs to, so it affects the end product. So cold hands or a mixer, or freezing cold gloves. Now I'm going to teach you a ratio that you have to remember. 8, 4, 2, 1, pinch. 8, 4, 2, 1, pinch. Say it with me. 8, 4, 2, 1, pinch. 8, 4, 2, 1, pinch. 8, 4, 2, 1, pinch. 8 ounces of all-purpose flour. 4 ounces of butter. I always use salted. 2 ounces of the sweet stuff, sugar, 1 egg, and a pinch of salt, if it will come out the jar. Or even just a palm. But 8, 4, 2, 1 palm doesn't sound the same, does it? So, 8, 4, 2, 1 pinch. That's your ratio for making sweet short pastry. So the first thing we need to do, I've done some already, is sieve the flour. Now, who knows why we sieve the flour? Because of that. You never know what you're going to find in it. Now, in the olden days, some of you may remember them, but in the olden days, there might have been stones or bits and pieces in the flour that you'd want to sieve out. But the main reason you want to do it is to get air into your flour, to keep it nice and light. So then we add in the butter. Now I've already broken that into pieces. And what we're going to do is a method called rubbing in. Now you don't want to squish too hard because you'll melt the butter. So as lightly as you can, you squish it and just keep going. See, this is starting to look like it should. It needs to resemble fine breadcrumbs. It doesn't matter if there are a few lumps of butter in it. You can see how the flour is changing to a yellow. Can you pick that up on the camera? It's starting to look like breadcrumbs. The pastry, this part of the pastry is ready. It all resembles fine breadcrumbs. The butter has been mixed in with the flour. So at this point, we just add in the sugar and mix it in. We don't add the sugar before, because otherwise the fat will adhere to the sugar. And last century, when I was in chef school, I could tell you the reason why. I just know it's important not to do that. Right, so the next stage is the egg. We make a well in the middle. For the younger generations, that's a hole in the ground with liquid in it, which you may not have seen. But I've made a hole in my flour and butter and sugar, and and I'm going to add an egg. You could actually break the egg first and mix it up, but I like to poke my finger in it and break the yolk. It's much more fun. And then you just gently, really gently, you do not want to overwork this pastry at all. Just gently mix in the egg until it comes together as a pastry. It's a little bit like shortbread this. The egg helps it stick together, but if you overwork it, you'll see that when you roll it out, you'll see it contracting. Now, I'm not very good at this, but you know, some people do exercise, right? And when you exercise, your muscles get really tight. And that's what happens in pastry when you overwork the protein. It gets really, really tight. So what you have to do then is something that I am an expert at, and that's rest. Sit down, do nothing, and then all your muscles go floppy. And that's exactly the same thing that happens in the pastry. So now, that is mixed together. It is only just mixed together. If I carry on any more, it will be overworked. And I would have to leave it in the fridge, and then I'd have to wait before I could do the next exciting installment of making pies, and that's rolling out the pastry. Now, I'm not going to stand here and roll forever, because I know you all know how to do that. So you put some flour down, maybe not quite as much as that. Oh, that's beautiful. See how that's rolling? My humility is coming out again. And you roll it to, I would say, about 1/8 of an inch, or just guess, because no one's actually going to measure, are they? Keep turning it on the flour, otherwise it will stick. Now, the next part is up to you. I have these pans. These pans came with me from Australia. They're little indented and they're tiny, like the mince pies that we made. They're nice and bite-sized. Or if you can't get those, little muffin tins for little bite-sized ones. Or if you like a big chunk of fruit inside, you can use regular muffin tins. And then you can choose whatever size circle you like to make them as deep or as shallow as you like, to save you going out and buying new pans. So I've already rolled those, but otherwise you just roll, cut, and place them gently inside the pan. And then we cut the lids. That again, you'll have to assess yourself. And I have already done this, see? I did this earlier. So we don't need to sit and watch me roll out for 10 minutes. So if I was making my little ones, it's about a teaspoon, and I've got this nice little scoop for that. Or you can buy a cookie scoop for the muffin pans. Open this really, really difficult thing that you made, mincemeat, and just share it out. You don't want to overfill it because this bubbles up while it's cooking and it might all spill out onto your pans and stick. So you just fill each hole. Oh, it smells so good. I wish you could smell it because it's popsicle. Take a sniff. Sniff, sniff. It's really, really good. If you've never eaten mince pies, you really, really should try. So I've already rolled out the lids, and then there's another way. I have a star. So you could put a star on top or a lid. And for that, on the underside, I've got an egg wash here, which is just egg with a little bit of milk, or you can just use straight milk if you don't want to waste a whole egg. Seal it and you put it on top very neatly, and if you can, just stretch it out to seal around the edges. Just stretch it out to seal around the edges. And if you use a star, same thing, egg wash on the bottom, put it on top. You want to brush the top with the milk or with the egg, and then sprinkle a little sugar on and make a little hole for a vent to let the steam out. Or you can just sprinkle them with powdered sugar when they come out. Now, so we will put those in the oven, depending on how big they are, for about 15 to 20 minutes till they're nice and golden brown. And we go over here. These are some I did make earlier. Mince pies with little leaves on the top. These bigger ones out of the muffin pan or with the stars. you can make them as festive as you wish. Now, the most important thing to remember, don't eat them the minute they come out of the oven because you'll burn your tongue. Give them a few minutes to cool down before you eat them up because they will be absolutely delicious. Merry Christmas from Nick.
Music hall shows started as an affordable form of live entertainment that started in the 1850s in England and remained popular through the turn of the century. Featuring singers, dancers, comedians and actors, music halls were a place to enjoy a pint, relax and sing along with the talented performers. Enjoy these music hall favourite performers with new versions of their best songs and some special holiday songs recorded just for this show. Here comes Music Hall.
Was through a YMCA concert I craved a desire off the stage. In Flanders one night I was asked to recite Gadzooks, I was quickly the rage. They said I was better than Irving and gave me some biscuits and tea. I know it's not union wages, but that was their usual fee. Home I came, bought this dress, appeared at your theatre, and what a success! I acted so tragic, the house rose like magic, the audience yelled, "You sublime!" They made me a present of Mornington Crescent, they threw it one brick at a time. Someone threw a fender which caught me a bender. I hoisted my white flag and tried to surrender. They jeered me, they queered me, and half tried to stone me to death. They threw nuts and sultanas, fried eggs and bananas. The night I appeared as Macbeth. The advertised time for the curtain was 6:45 on the sheet. The hallkeeper, he, having misplaced the key, we played the first act in the street. Then somebody called for the author. "He's dead," said the flute player's wife. The news caused an awful commotion and gave me the shock of my life. Shakespeare dead? Poor old Bill. Why, I never knew the poor fellow was ill. I acted so tragic, the house rose like magic. I gave them such wonderful thrills. My tender emotion caused so much commotion, the dress circle made out their wills. The gallery boys straining dropped tears uncomplaining. The pit put umbrellas up, they thought it was raining. Some booted, some floated, and 5 of the band met their death. The poor program women so programs while swimming. The night I appeared as Macbeth, I acted so tragic, the house rose like magic. The audience yelled, "You're sublime!" They made me a present of Mornington Crescent. They threw it one brick at a time. Someone threw a fender which caught me a bender. I hoisted my white flag and tried to surrender. They jeered me, they queered me, and half tried to stone me to death. They threw nuts and sultanas, fried eggs and bananas. The night I appeared as Macbeth.
I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Till ringing, singing on its way, the world revolves from night to day. A voice, a chime, a chant sublime of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Ring the bells on Christmas, ring them loud, ring them strong. Tell the nations that love has won, let them join our song. Ring the bells on Christmas, ring them out, ring them clear. May our tidings of joy resound so all the world can hear. And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then peal the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail. With peace on earth, goodwill to men. Ring the bells on Christmas, ring them loud, ring them strong. Tell the nations that love has won, let them join our song. Ring the bells on Christmas, ring them out, ring them clear. May our tidings of joy resound so all the world can hear.
Christmas is coming again. He's got a sleigh full, it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff to drop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is here again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you've made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one to remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is here again. Old Mr. Kringle is soon gonna jingle all the bells that'll tingle all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is here again. He's got his sleigh full and it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff that he's dropping every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is here again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one to remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting, they're all congregating, waiting for the man with the bag. Waiting for the man with the bag. Merry Christmas.
I'm dreaming tonight of a place that I love even more than I usually do. And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas,
So lucky at the players that the amazing and talented pianist Sue Mason McElroy has provided all our artists with their music for your holiday spectacular. But we decided she deserved a moment in the spotlight too. Here performing for us from her Silver Spring studio and recorded by Neil Hotsticks is of course Sue Mason Karaoke McElroy. As you all know, we Brits love our poetry and recitations. We claim as our own such masters of the pen as Byron, Blake, Kipling, Coward, Dickens, and of course Shakespeare, to name but a few. A favourite social event at the British Players host is our biannual Poems and Pints, where we gather to keep this time-honoured tradition alive. And here are some recent samples recited by members here and across the pond.
This is a poem called Christmas by John Betjeman. I first read this poem in a Players' Christmas show more than 30 years ago. The bells of waiting Advent ring, the tortoise stove is lit again, and lamp loyal Ite, across the night, has caught the streaks of winter rain in many a stained glass window sheen, from Crimson Lane to Hooker's Green. The holly in the windy hedge, and round the manor house the yew, will soon be stripped to deck the ledge, the altar, font, and arch and pew, so that the villagers can say, the church looks nice on Christmas Day. Provincial public houses blaze, corporation tramcars clang, on lighted tenements I gaze, where paper decorations hang, and bunting in the red town hall says Merry Christmas to you all. And London shops on Christmas Eve are strung with silver bells and flowers, as hurrying clerks the city leave to pigeon-haunted classic towers, and marbled clouds go scudding by the many-steepled London sky. And girls in slacks remember Dad, and oafish louts remember Mum, and sleepless children's hearts are glad, and Christmas morning bells say, come, even to shining ones who dwell safe in the Dorchester Hotel. And is it true? And is it true, this most tremendous tale of all, seen in a stained glass window's hue, a baby in an ox's stall, the maker of the stars and sea, become a child on earth for me? And is it true? For if it is, no loving fingers tying strings around those tissued fripperies, the sweet and silly Christmas things, bath salts and inexpensive scent, and hideous ties so kindly meant. No love that in a family dwells, no carolling in frosty air, nor all the steeple-shaking bells can with this simple truth compare, that God was man in Palestine and lives today in bread and wine. Merry Christmas to you all from Tunbridge Wells.
A Scottish winter poem. It's winter now in Scotland, and the icy breezes blow at 50 miles an hour and 20 degrees below. Aye, I love my Scotland. When the snow is up your bum, you take a breath of winter air, and your nose just freezes numb. Aye, the weather here is wonderful, so I think I'll stick around. I could never leave my Scotland. My bum's frozen to the ground. Happy Christmas memories. Do you mind a Christmas long ago when we were only wee? There were nae phones nor laptops in the presents neath the tree. We were happy with a jigsaw, an annual or a game, a dolly for the lassies and for the lads a train. And then, if we were lucky, a chocolate selection box. Then sometimes, no so lucky, your granny's knitted socks. 3 wee kings. 3 wee kings frae Orient are, no in a camel, they come in a car, driving around frae Perth to noon, following yonder star. O star of wonder shining bright, light the way in a dark winter's night, a joy to the een, a sight to be seen, frae Glasgow up to Aberdeen. And a Scottish fairy. I am a wee fairy on the top of the Christmas tree. It's no a job I fancy. Well, how would you like to be me? All tarted up with tinsel, enough to make you choke, and a couple of jaggy branches rammed up the back of my frock. And the tree lights all around me. I can't get to sleep. And then there's the visit for Santa, who is a big fat creep. On Christmas Day, I'm stuck up here while you're all wiring in. And nobody says, oh, you, up there, would you like a glass of gin? The Christmas tree's a bonny sight. The firelight softly flickers. But think of me, I'm stuck up here. Pine needles up my knickers.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Lewis, President of the British Players. The Players have been dedicated to bringing high-quality, traditional British theatre to the Washington area since 1964. All of us hope you have enjoyed this show as much as we have enjoyed it, putting it together for you. In fact, for all of us who would in any other year be building sets, sewing costumes, doing mic checks, learning songs and choreography, and warming up our voices, it's been a welcome and, unfortunately, only form of COVID relief. And speaking of COVID relief, I want to remind you all that, like every other community theatre organisation in America, the British Players rely on the income from our shows to keep us going. In order to continue to bring you the kind of shows, pantos, plays, musicals and music halls that have become part of your normal theatre routine with us, we need your support. Due to tax provisions in the COVID relief laws passed earlier this year, there are tax advantages for you in helping us to defray our costs. The CARES legislation allows for a $300 above-the-line income deduction for cash donations made to charities. This means that if you contribute up to $300 in cash to the British Players, even if you are taking the standard deduction, you will get a tax break for whatever sum you donated in addition to your standard deduction. If you've enjoyed this show and want to help us carry on into the next, hopefully post-pandemic season, please consider making a donation. If you go to our website, www.britishplayers.org, you will see a donations tab on the menu at the top of the page. We will truly welcome any size contribution that you can give. Thank you again for tuning in, and to you and your families, our best wishes for a safe, healthy, and joyous holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this unprecedented production. We hope it has brought you joy and entertainment to your family. We invite you now to join with all of us in singing some traditional English carols to close out our evening. May I say good night, God bless, and Merry, Merry Christmas.
No
so green.